in order to be successful as a telesales agent, it's all about volume.
Yeah.
Right. You have to have volume. You can't be a successful telesales agent working, 10, 15, 20 leads a week. Right. You need to do that a day, every day.
Yeah.
Week out. And, when you're generating leads or you're buying leads, however you're getting your leads and they're flowing in, we know we want to get in front of them. We want to touch them as quickly as possible. We want to have appointments set. And whether you hire people to manually send out these messages and work these leads for you, or you use automation, right, in order to cultivate these leads and build them up, that to me was the biggest aha, because I got to a point where I was working 125, 150 leads a week.
Yep.
And what I was finding myself was using automation found me those 30, those 40 that were the really high intent leads that I wanted to focus on. Now, I didn't neglect the other ones. I had long-term nurture. But at the same time, you want to be in a position where you're identifying, hey, these are the 15 people that really are asking for help right now. And that was for me.
Yeah, I heard a millionaire say that like this one time. He said, our job as salespeople is to really distinguish the serious from the curious, right? And that's what your program is doing for agents.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. And it starts with just in the beginning, what would you say to any, we probably all have the exact same first message we would send to any client. It's not like you look at a lead and say, oh, this person lives in Texas. Let me put a howdy at the end. And this person lives in Virginia. And let me, put something else in there.
Whatever you do for Virginia. Yeah.
And I mean, we could do that, to be honest with you. We could look at a lead and say they're in Texas and let's put a howdy at the end. But what we find is that there's a flow. And you do have to tweak it and you have to play with it. And that's what we did. But, we got to a point where we're taking these leads and we're going through and we're saying, hey, these are the people that are literally telling you, call me tomorrow afternoon. Call me right now. I want to hear from you, and they know this. And you're getting the message saying this person wants to hear from you tomorrow afternoon. Whereas these 30 people didn't respond to you at all. I'm still going to dial them. I'm still going to work them.
Sure.
But I'm going to work these other guys first. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think that's what's interesting too, is we're living in a world where we know we have to dial to succeed. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of people that don't like to dial. So if you can limit the amount they have to dial to have similar or better success, then dude, who wouldn't like that? Yeah. It's interesting. I like that. That's cool.
Or at least having effective dials, right? I think some people have just an aversion to dialing, I think in general, but a lot of people, honestly, they just don't like the grind of, hey, I'm making, 100 dials to talk to 3 people.
Correct.
I'd rather dial 20 times and talk to 12 people.
Yep. Sign me up for that. That's exactly right. Yeah. It's so much better. So how does this work? So why would someone consider and take lead to client CRM more seriously?
Well, first off, everybody you interface in our company is an insurance agent. Everything we push out is tested. It's vetted. We make sure it's going to be effective. It's very important to us that we're not just throwing stuff out there and that you're our guinea pig, right? So we have tried it ourselves. We work it ourselves. Everybody in our group that you would work with. So let's say you come on with us and you're like, I want a workflow that's going to do this, or I want to create automations that take a lead from, point A to point B. You're going to talk with somebody who not only knows the system like the back of their hand, but also knows the insurance industry really, really well. And so they're all high performing producers. In fact, anybody I hire for the company, one of the first questions I ask them is, tell me about your experience in the insurance industry. And if they can't answer that, they're just not a good fit for us because that's the clients we serve. We serve insurance agents. And so it's important to us that everybody you talk to, they're not professional marketers. They're not just a tech person. They're an insurance agent through and through at their heart.
Yeah, which is cool. I think a few of the things you mentioned previously is that one of some unique pieces, right, is there's chat support. You've got a Slack channel. There's a 14-day free trial for agents to check this out. What else? What all does this do? So obviously it can help with automations and touching your leads in different ways. For those that don't even know what that means or why they should use it, or we talk about automation. Some are like, well, I think I know what you mean. Is that like a robot, or like how's that work? And then what else could it do?
Sure. Really, I tell people when they start off, answering the last question you asked, what can it do? I say the only limit really is your imagination. And we've done everything we can to make sure it will do anything you want it to do. And so it can respond to messages certain ways. It can, listen for key phrases. It can, reference zip codes, states, cities, whatever. So that's the last part of the question. But what can it do? Honestly, it's a complete and total all-in-one system. So a lot of third-party softwares that you may be paying for, you may be looking at, you honestly can discontinue those memberships and save hundreds and hundreds a month. I mean, we save $500, $600, $700 a month for some people. You can have funnel builders, website builders, email marketing, text campaigns, in addition to having the CRM where you can organize all your data. Our system comes pre-built with like a client nurturing system. So when you sell a policy, the only thing you have to do is tell the system, hey, I sold a policy. And what it's going to do is reach out right away, 2 weeks later, 2 weeks after that, 30, 60, 90. I mean, that keeps policies on the books, right? That's a big thing that plagues insurance agents too, is having chargebacks. So that keeps them on the books. We're going to get them at their birthday, at all the different holidays, giving you opportunities to cross-sell. So it'll do pretty much whatever you want, but outside of the box, honestly, you come in during the first 14 days, you load some leads in, meet with our staff, make any tweaks you want, which we don't charge anything extra for, then it would honestly, it's ready to go. It's turnkey. It's ready. All you need is leads.
Yeah. So then leads go in, and I mean, leads get worked, through automation without, you know what I mean? And it's interesting. You said earlier, some people like it, some people don't like it. I mean, you still have control over like what it says, what it does, and when it does it. So it's kind of like, unless I'm just a control freak and I want to manually do everything like it, like it's 1942, I don't know why I would hate it. You know what I mean?
Different strokes for different folks, right? Yeah. That's one of the big things, we've always done too. If we over deliver in anything, it's going to be service. I know you mentioned briefly the chat support. So we have that open from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. You can get on. Usually the queue's like 1 minute long. You're chatting with one of our specialists. We have a Slack channel that you get added to. So there's, support from our staff directly there. Plus you get involved in a community. We have a closed Facebook group that's only for our members as well. And then we're constantly releasing videos and updates and working tirelessly to just improve the automations, make them more effective, and then improve the quality of life for an insurance agent in general. Like my goal for everybody who comes on is for them to be able to be confident that they're just going to sit down and click a button and they're off, right? They're calling clients and they have everything at their fingertips. They're ready to go. Only thing I do is close a policy and move it over.
I love it, man. And how do they learn if they're like, okay, you got me intrigued, I want to learn more? How do they do that?
Sure. So our website is lead2clientcrm.com. It's lead, the number 2, clientcrm.com. And on there, we do have a video you can watch, but also there's an opportunity for you to book a demo and have one of our specialists just walk you through the system, see how it works. You'll see them get put in as a lead. You'll see automations, flying. You'll get all your questions answered. And then if, you still have questions, happy to answer them, but there's a 14-day free trial. It's not going to cost you a penny. So you have access to all of the services, the builders, everything. We're not locking anything up and making you have to pay to get to it. We want you to experience the entire system for 14 days. If you don't love it, no risk, right? No harm, no foul, right?
Yeah. I love it. I mean, it's easy to do business with you. It's easy to check it out, and it's easy to learn more.
Hey, if you enjoyed this, I got another one you're going to love. It's right there. Click on it. See you in there.
Hey, I'm back with another interview, man. Special guest today, a tech wizard today. Okay, my buddy, Mr. Corey Bell from Lead to Client CRM. What's up, Corey?
How you doing, Cody? I'm doing fantastic.
Yeah, man, I'm doing awesome, brother. Appreciate you asking. So I would love for them, because you've got